Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Starcastic Remarks. The Stars get shut out by Stuart Skinner, his third in 4 games, as the Stars lose. The final score 3-0, and the series is tied up 1-1. I'm Chris, joined by my brother Ryan. Ryan, what are your initial thoughts from a disappointing game 2?
To be honest with you, I was very impressed with how the Edmonton Oilers played. They were the better team again here tonight. And to be honest with you, I think Dallas is a little bit lucky to be tied 1-1 again. It's just one game, and we're back at square one. It's best of 5 again. But what I really want to talk about more than anything is that nurse slash whatever you want to call it was completely uncalled for. I, I- I'm I am absolutely shocked. It was a single minor. I'm absolutely shocked because it was away from the play. Obviously, I don't think Darnell Nurse did it on purpose. I don't think he intended to injure Rope Hintz, but it's extremely disappointing to look at that play and realize that the result of that stupid play it was not a hockey play at all, was an injury to our top centerman. It's extremely frustrating that there was nothing done about that. Not like the Stars really did anything about it anyways with their power play or any kind of pushback from their players in general. But tonight is a game that you really need to get some sort of something from in the third period when your best player goes down on a really disgusting play like that. And there was not much pushback from the Stars on the power play or, even physically or going after Nurse or anything. And I think that's what I'm more frustrated about than anything. I'm not really frustrated about the loss because, again, Edmonton was just the better team. Dallas wasn't getting any bounces their way, and it's 1-1. It's not like the Stars are down; they're not. It's even right now. So however, looking forward, it's gonna be a really hard for the Stars to get a game in Edmonton because Edmonton has been very good at their barn here in the playoffs. And speaking of good at their barn in the playoffs, that was the Stars' first playoff loss this postseason at home. So that's also going to be frustrating to lose that game now. So sorry, a lot of thoughts.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. I'll just give my thoughts on the Nurse thing. I mean, it's a dirty slash. It comes after he's upset about a cross check, and I don't think there's any. I mean, you say he's not trying to hurt him. Maybe he's not trying to injure him, but he's trying to hurt him. I mean, he takes a two-handed, hard as you can whack, and he throws it right at the skate. I mean, they were talking about it on the broadcast, like there's no padding there. You think Nurse knows that there's no padding there? Yeah, I think he does. Um, I'm upset that that's not a 5-minute major. I think that's a pretty intentional play there. And if Jamie Benn does that to Connor McDavid, I think the call is different. And that's what I'm really upset about. As if it was the other way around, I think Oilers fans would be screaming that there was no 5-minute major there. So that really sucks. We're gonna wait and see what the outcome is for Hintz, but he's always had trouble with injuries, especially on his feet and his ankles and stuff like that. And it's kept him out of large portions, kept him out almost an entire season in 2021. So we're going to be waiting on bated breath for news about that. I don't think this game was as bad as people are making it out to be. You look at all the chances that the Stars had tonight. I mean, obviously the Lindell stick save that Skinner had was ridiculous. Johnston missing on the breakaway on the shorthanded goal. Rantanen had a couple of chances right in front of the net. I mean, there was so many chances for the Stars, and Skinner had a great game. I mean, there's no way around that. He was fantastic. Like I said, this was his third shutout in 4 games, which is fantastic. He looked fantastic here tonight. He looked like a completely different goalie than the one that we had the other night. And then you also look at some of the bounces. I mean, the Stars, I don't think got one good bounce. It felt like the puck was bouncing off their tape all night long. And 2 of the Oilers' goals come off of direct shot blocks from the Stars. I mean, The first one on the Oilers' first power play, Hintz makes the great stop, and once again, just like in game one, it bounces right to Nugent Hopkins, and he's able to just dunk it home. And then the other one that Rainen makes a great block on. And you might want to argue, hey, Otter has a chance to save that. When you get frozen like that, it's a completely different kind of play to make. Ryan, you keep having troubles, but you keep trying to come back. So I'm guessing you have something else you want to say before you get off here. So I'll let you take whatever you want to talk about before you leave.
I'm trying not to leave here, guys. I'm sorry, I might have to because I'm actually on a work trip right now. But again, the thing that I'm frustrated about the most is that the Edmonton Oilers were the better team. And Chris, you're right. There were a lot of bounces that didn't go the Stars' way here tonight. And
hey, Ryan, just 1 second. Chat, let me know if y'all can hear Ryan at all, because I can't. Well, anyway, okay. Ryan's leaving. He's trying to do it from his phone, and it's not working. So we'll move on from that. But the Stars had a lot of chances tonight, and what I'm most worried about on that is we just have individuals that aren't making plays on stuff like that. I think Johnston had a terrible past 2 games here. I mean, we talk a lot about how he's a great two-way player. His defense hasn't been up to snuff so far in this series. I mean, he's getting beat by Draisaitl pretty consistently. You saw that last game. You saw him get beat again when he's on the PK here tonight. He just kind of lets his man go. I mean, I talked about how it's a little bit lucky that Nugent Hopkins gets that deflection to go right to him on the back door, and it is, but he was there. I mean, Johnston was in the right spot and then pulled back from his man before he could make that play. So, yeah, it's just really frustrating when you got top players like that aren't performing. Speaking of guys that aren't performing, Robo, again, I mean, this is his 8th game. It's not like he's just got back into the lineup, and he doesn't look like Robo. And they mentioned on the broadcast, and I heard it before the series started, there was questions to Robo about how good he was, or how healthy he was, rather. And he definitely kind of dodged them, and in a way that made you know that, hey, he's not 100%. If he's not to this extent, if he's this bad, I don't think he should play. I mean, he's so slow right now, and especially against an Oilers team that's so fast, he's just getting left in the dust. It's completely horrible. And he's not able to bring the defense. He's not able to check the way we want our fourth liners to. He doesn't kill penalties for us. I mean, he's taking the spot of an Oscar Beck here, who could have been great on a penalty kill, could have let Johnston and Hintz not have to kill each of those penalties and given them more time to play offensively. So I really think that's going to be questionable moving forward. Is if this is what Robo can get of us, if that's his best, I don't even know if you want him on the ice when that's what you have. So that's another big one. We had some roster changes before tonight. We saw Blackwell slot in for Beck, and then we also saw Petrovic slot in for Lyubushkin. I know a lot of fans were calling for that one, and I agreed to an extent. I think Lyubushkin had some interesting plays in the past few games and definitely got exposed, especially with the speed. I don't know that Petrovic was any better, and maybe it's just a different look. Maybe it's just to have Bishop feel a little bit more comfortable. I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, those changes weren't really much of a factor at all in this game, I don't think. I mean, Blackwell gets 10 minutes time on ice tonight, and Petro gets 12:47. I didn't notice either of them too much. Honestly, I probably noticed Petrovic more on the positive side. He actually was jumping up into the rush there in the third period and trying to scrap back some goals there. So I thought that was pretty solid from Petrovic, but I just don't think like that's a big difference between Lyubushkin and Petrovic. So it'll be interesting to see where that goes next game. We saw like kind of the classic lineup for the Stars plus Robo on the fourth line, which is obviously weird. So the Duchesne, Sagan, Mush line gets back together, and they looked really solid here. They had a lot of chances, and I just feel like the shooting was really off, especially from guys like Duchesne. I think, let me see how many shots Duchesne ended with here tonight. He ends the night with 2 shots. I think both of those were right into the center of his chest, like right into the logo. But he had so many other great opportunities and great chances, and he just painted glass. And I think that was another big issue with the Stars tonight, and it has been the past few games. I would say going back to the Jets series, that it's just too fine with the shots. We got to force the guy to make saves, and I think the Duchesne, Sagan, Marchment line could have scored a couple tonight if they were just a little bit better shots on goal. I mean, it's a stupid thing to say, but when you're painting glass, it's not going to go in. So that's something that needs to improve. And that line did look good. I mean, I'm encouraged by that, but man, we need someone to step up there and make a play. Back to the Nurse thing. One other thing I didn't really mention, but Ryan kind of talked about off the top, was that the lack of response to what happened to Hintz after that slash is really kind of concerning. I know you're trying to get back in the game, but I mean, once there's a penalty taken, and it's essentially over once Miro or once Rantanen gets that slashing call. I don't know why there isn't a response to Nurse or someone out there for what happened to your top line center. It takes a blatant whack to the feet, and there's no response from the team. I mean, that's really kind of weak in my opinion. It doesn't bode well going into the next game when you have a short turnaround time, and it's really painful to morale. I mean, at least if you respond to that, you have, looking back, hey, we backed our guy up, and that's all we could do at that point. But you don't even get that done. I think that's, I mean, with the game within a game kind of stuff, that's always present. That's a miss. I mean, that's got to be, you got to respond to something like that. If it's not going to be on the score sheet, it needs to be physically, and there wasn't any. I also think it sets a bad precedent what the refs did tonight, taking that to a 2-minute. I mean, what's to stop Stars players from taking hacks at Connor McDavid now at the feet? I mean, if he gives them a little shove that we saw plenty of times tonight. So a little worried about that moving forward. I hope it's not going to be an issue, but I mean, like I mentioned multiple times, that a two-handed slash into the feet of your fastest player, your number one center, is kind of crazy. We had a good comment here from Darren Smith. He said, Oilers are swarming the player, either the puck as soon as it crosses the blue line, smothering. And yeah, they absolutely are. Their speed is something that's often talked about more on the offensive side of the ice and even on the forecheck. But defensively, the Oilers are using their speed extremely well. I mean, they're getting to the point fast. One thing the Stars were able to do really well in that third period last game is when they get pucks deep into the Oilers zone, they were able to swing them up high and create some more space for the Stars. And in this game, the Oilers were really attacking the point man hard when he got the puck again. So it was really impressive to see the Oilers do that. And the response the Stars need to do for that is your point guy just has to make a quicker play, and your guys down low need to get open quicker too. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to dance the line with these guys. You know, you're going to have to get the puck deep again or immediately get it to the net, something like that. So that's something that's going to have to improve moving forward. You also need to get back to the net front presence that we saw so much in game one. I mean, that's kind of what led the Stars to really break through Skinner in that first game. And you look at the second goal for the Stars and the third, both of them had lots of guys in front, caused Skinner to drop down and create a lot of space up high. And Stars' best chances tonight didn't come with a guy in front. And also, more credit to the Oilers. Oilers blocked more shots tonight too, and that's something that was very obvious on the Heiskanen, the first power play goal that the Stars scored for game one. Janmark really could have blocked that shot. It seemed like he wasn't doing a great job getting in that shot lane, but tonight they were getting in all kinds of shot lanes. It was really tough for them to find lanes to the net, and that was something that the Oilers did really well, and that the Stars are going to have to find a way to get past. It's going to be pucks deeper and winning more puck battles too. And that's another thing that the Stars need to improve at 5-on-5. The forecheck is not really present there for Dallas. I mean, they're carrying the puck into the zone pretty well, actually. The neutral zone has not been too much of a problem for Dallas, but it's a lot of one and done. I mean, you're getting a shot off, you're getting a good look, and Oilers are winning that puck battle and getting it out pretty easily. So you either got to win that initial puck battle or you got to forecheck better. And it's got to be one or the other. And neither is really happening at 5-on-5 right now for the Stars. So we'll have to see how that improves going forward for Dallas in game 2. And it's going to have to be adjustments. I mean, I was expecting a lot more adjustments 5-on-5 after that first game. I know we saw a little bit better of what we wanted to play at 5-on-5 in the third period of game 1. But for the most part, you were dominated. And then again, in this game, for the most part, there were good spurts here and there, but for the most part, you were dominated at 5-on-5. And not adjusting is really just not good enough. Before we do biggest winner, biggest loser, the one big thing I think the Stars need help with going into game 3, it's not even the adjustments or the system or anything like that. It's individual performers. I mean, Johnston can't be that bad. We talked about in our series preview, like our middle 6 guys have to beat theirs. And right now he's not. He's not playing good enough, and he might be on the top line after this game since Hintz went down. We'll have to wait and see, but he's got to play better. I mean, I know he's tasked with a lot being a young guy, but he's got the contract for it coming up. He's got all the skill. We've seen it multiple times. We saw it in round 1. He was really good in round 1. Round 2, he only has 1 point. He has no points so far in this one. So need improvement from him. Jason Robertson, he's got to show up or he's got to get off, honestly. And I that's something he's going to have to admit to. Like if he can't play better than this, like seriously cannot, you got to get someone out there with some speed who can keep up. Because right now, the shots aren't good enough. His skating obviously is not good enough. The defense isn't good enough. He can't keep up with this series if this is all we get from him. So hopefully we can get a little bit more there. And then I know the Dodonov line was good. The Duchesne line was good tonight. And it was. They got a lot of chances. You got to execute on some of these. I mean, so you can't have that many chances and have so few good shots, actually. Like, if you go back and look at the shots that they actually had, like I mentioned, the Duchesne one is 2 right off the logo, not really super dangerous. Sagan actually ends up with 0 shots tonight, which is crazy considering how good his line was. Marchment, I can't really remember the Marchment shots, but I don't remember them being particularly dangerous. So yeah, you're generating good stuff, but you gotta capitalize on it. We got a super chat here from Hookem. Gig'em. He said, "Do you think Roope will play game 3?" No idea. I mean, it looked like he was putting no weight on the foot when he was coming off, but then as he was going down the tunnel, it looked like he was getting a little bit more. But the fact that he didn't come back really doesn't bode well. So I really don't know. I think if they have like a conclusive X-ray before DeBoer does the media, and if he actually did break his foot, I mean, and he's out for the rest of the season, I mean, DeBoer should disclose that immediately and try and at least garner some sympathy from the officiating and maybe have player safety take a better look at it, because I mean, that's a vicious two-handed slash there. And yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. With Hintz's injury history and how he's super like on and off the ice, just depending on how he feels, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out of game 3. And like I said, if it's a broken bone in the foot, for a guy who relies on speed in his game, it's not good. I'll leave it at that. It's not good. Leslie Fisher here saying Skinner was good, but frankly wasn't tested. And I think that's kind of what I'm getting at with the shots argument, is that the Stars got good scoring chances. Their expected goals, they had like 2.7 expected goals, which is, according to Money Puck, which is pretty decent. But I mean, the shots that he was facing just were not good. And even you look back at the 4-on-4 where Dallas looked really dangerous in that third period, not a lot of great shots. I mean, a lot of great chances with guys in the slots shooting from dangerous positions, but Skinner didn't have to do a lot. And hey, maybe that's positioning and Skinner just making stuff look easy, but I really don't think so. I think we saw a lot better shots last game. I mean, you look at those shots, it's Sagan with one right over the pad, right under the glove, Granlund up in the top cheese, Hintz with one that barely squeaks by. I mean, these are like tight shots that are beating him, and I saw a lot of belly button bullseye tonight. So, all right, we'll do biggest winner, biggest loser now. I'll start with since we lost, we'll start with biggest loser, and I'm gonna give it to Johnston. I mean, he plays 20 minutes tonight. He's a big part of this team, and if Roope's out, he's an even bigger part. He has to be your number one center, both offensively and defensively, and he's going to take on even more responsibility than he has right now. And he has to be better. He has to be one of the best players in this series. And right now, he's, I think, one of the worst. I mean, I know he's getting a lot of ice time, but he's getting exposed defensively. He's not creating offensively. He's not getting good shots. He's not playing like he's a high-skill player, and he absolutely is. He needs to be. And biggest winner, I gave him a little bit of garbage there at the end with me and Leslie, but it's Stuart Skinner. I mean, it's his third shutout in 4 games. To bounce back from a game one like he had last night is really impressive. And yeah, I don't think he was tested too much, but when he was tested, he responded. I mean, that Lindell save is crazy. That's just reactionary, just doing everything you can to keep it out of the net, and he does it. It was solid. And even within the game, I thought he improved. That first period, he was leaving a lot of rebounds for the Stars that they had good chances on as well. And as it went to the third period, more and more stuff was getting held on to. So you got to give credit to Stu, and the Stars need to do a better job of making his life difficult like they did in game one. Get in front of his eyes, make sure he can't see, and then go up high. That was the winning formula. And Stars couldn't find it here tonight. So Stars are going to have a much better response on game 3 than either of these 2 games. We need to see Stars hockey actually come out. And luckily they have been. They haven't lost 2 in a row yet these playoffs. So look for that to keep going. It's going to be a day game. It's going to be 2 p.m. Central in Edmonton. So that's going to be a little bit weird. Edmonton's not known for being great in day games, and once again, I'm going to complain about it. Why are we having a conference finals happening at 1 p.m. local for Edmonton, 2 p.m. Central on a Sunday? I know we want to get it on ABC, but do we want to get on ABC bad enough to start a game in the afternoon for the conference finals? That is stupid. That is very dumb. So I'm really upset about that. But either way, the game's going to happen now. It's already scheduled, and it's a quick turnaround for these guys. They have even less of a break. So we'll see you again on Sunday. Close things out here. We'd like to thank our main sponsor, DraftKings. Be sure to use that promo code THPN with DraftKings. Use that new Pick 6 option that is now available in Texas, so be sure to check that out. Also, check out sarcasticremarks.com. You can join our Who Cares Club there, our little membership that helps us keep the lights on, keep running our stuff, and getting Ryan out to hockey games. It's been good getting him some gas money because he's got a long drive from Collin County to get to the AAC. And you can also check out the store there. We got some cool shirts that you can rock underneath your Stars jersey. And you can also even see your Sarcastic Remarks podcast on there. So it's actually a really decent website for how small of a podcast we are. So bookmark that. Be sure to check it out every now and then. We also got the Discord. You can find that linked below. We always got Star stuff going on there. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share this. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before this season ends, and we've gone up from below 600 to over 800 now. So y'all have been awesome. Please keep doing that. If you always listen on the pod side, do me a favor, log into YouTube just for me, subscribe to it, and then you don't ever have to look at it again. But do it just for me because I love you personally and deeply. That'll do it for us tonight, guys. The next pod, like I said, it's going to be Sunday afternoon. Big game 3, really pivotal for these guys, and we're going to have to see the Stars with a much better response. So y'all hear again from us, hopefully more than just me, real soon.